In a quiet neighborhood in Chicago, a teenager named Ryan woke up each morning to the soft light filtering through his blinds. His body had adjusted to the early routine, even if it still made him groggy. One morning, he rolled out of bed, grabbed his phone from the nightstand, and saw it was 5:45 a.m. perfect timing. If he moved quickly, he could make it to the corner coffee shop and back before anyone else in the house stirred. Tiptoeing down the hallway, Ryan noticed the faint murmur of the TV in the living room, but the door to his parents' bedroom remained closed. Today, he felt a nagging awareness that someone might be watching him. Shaking off the paranoia, he slipped outside. The morning air was crisp, invigorating, and he stuffed his hands into his hoodie pockets, heading down the street. At the corner of Maple and Pine stood a small coffee shop that opened before dawn. Ryan pushed open the glass door, greeted by the strong aroma of freshly brewed coffee. "Morning, Ryan," said the barista, a tired-looking woman in her 40s. She recognized him by now, as he visited almost daily. "2 coffees, please," he replied, smiling. "Your usual?" she asked, raising an eyebrow. "Yeah, 1 black and 1 sweet with cream," he confirmed. As she rang him up, Ryan felt a sense of purpose in his morning routine. He paid with cash he had saved from his allowance and odd jobs around the neighborhood. The barista handed him the 2 paper cups, and he hurried out, making his way down 2 blocks. Rounding a bend, he spotted the big green garbage truck parked by the curb. "Hey, morning," Ryan called out, lifting the cup with cream. "Morning, kid." "James, the garbage man," replied, his face lighting up as he stepped away from the bins. He accepted the coffee gratefully. "You're a lifesaver. I keep telling you this is too nice of you." "It's just coffee," Ryan shrugged, a bit shy. James took a sip, letting out a satisfied sigh. "This wakes me up better than anything else." "Thanks, kid." They chatted briefly about James's daughter, Lily, who was trying to apply for college scholarships. Ryan always listened intently as James spoke about her dreams, feeling a connection that made their brief morning meeting special. "Take care, James," Ryan said as he watched the truck pull away, a rush of satisfaction swelling in his chest. He didn't know why helping James mattered so much, but it felt good to do something kind for someone who often went unnoticed. Returning home, Ryan slipped through the front door just as the kitchen light flicked on. His dad, Mike, stood by the sink, looking over a plate of half-washed dishes. "Hey, buddy," Mike said, brow furrowing. "You've been up and out early a lot lately." "Just trying to get some exercise," Ryan replied casually, hoping to deflect any further questions. Mike nodded slowly, though he looked thoughtful. "A walk, huh? Good for you." That evening during dinner, Ryan felt his dad's gaze on him. Mike asked random questions about Ryan's savings and school activities, each one feeling like an attempt to pry open a door to secrets. When Mike asked how Ryan had been sleeping, Ryan hesitated but laughed it off. "I've been going to bed earlier, so I just wake up early too. No big deal." Despite his attempts to brush off the questions, Ryan sensed Mike's growing suspicion. The following morning, Ryan stepped outside and froze. Mike's car was parked across the street, almost concealed in shadow. A chill ran down his spine. Determined not to let Mike's presence ruin his routine, Ryan walked toward the coffee shop, hoping that if Mike was watching, he wouldn't see anything suspicious. The barista greeted him, and Ryan felt a wave of relief wash over him as he ordered the 2 coffees. As he handed James the sweet cup moments later, he felt reassured. "Thanks, kid. You doing okay?" "You look a little jumpy," James noted. "Just didn't sleep well," Ryan replied, forcing a smile. They chatted about Lily's scholarship applications until Ryan's heart sank. Out of the corner of his eye, he saw a dark sedan creeping down the street. Mike was following him. Ryan's stomach twisted as he tried to act normal, but he decided to take a longer route home, hoping to shake off his dad. He ducked into an alley, listening for the car. Silence. Maybe he lost it. As he slipped through his front door, he heard nothing but the faint drip of the kitchen faucet. He tiptoed to his room, hoping Mike hadn't returned yet. A few moments later, he heard the front door open. Holding his breath, Ryan imagined Mike stepping inside, formulating a lecture. "Ryan?" Mike called gently, poking his head into Ryan's room. "You awake?" "Yeah," Ryan replied, pretending to yawn. "Just reading." "Can we talk?" Mike asked, his tone serious. Ryan followed him into the living room, feeling the tension in the air. "I've noticed you leaving early," Mike began. "For the last couple of weeks. You said you were taking walks, but I followed you this morning." "You followed me?" Ryan exclaimed, incredulous. "I'm concerned, okay? You're sneaking around like you're hiding something. I saw you meet some guy by a truck and give him coffee. I thought it looked suspicious." Ryan took a deep breath. "Dad, it's not what you think. His name is James. He's a garbage man. I just buy him coffee because he's always tired, and nobody else helps him out. Sometimes I give him a few bucks, but it's not bad." Mike looked thoughtful. "You're giving your money to a stranger?" "He's not a stranger." Ryan insisted. "I've gotten to know him. He's struggling financially, and he has a daughter, Lily. Shouldn't I help out if I can?" Mike fell silent, processing this new information. When he finally spoke, his voice was softer. "I didn't know." "Why didn't you just tell me?" "Because I knew you'd think it was weird or dangerous," Ryan admitted. Mike sank into the armchair, rubbing his eyes. "I don't want to stop you from being kind, son. I saw you handing money to a guy in the dark." "Dad, I promise it's not sketchy," Ryan said. "James is trying to get Lily into college. I felt bad because I have a lot. I get an allowance and have what I need. He doesn't." Mike rubbed his face, looking conflicted. "I can't believe you've been doing this on your own. Is he pressuring you?" "No." Ryan shook his head. "He tries to refuse the money. I insist." "Okay," Mike said slowly. "I don't fully approve of you giving him your allowance, but I understand. Still, I need to meet him before I feel comfortable with this." Ryan's stomach flipped. "Won't that be awkward?" "It might be," Mike replied. "But if this is going to continue, I'd like a chance to see who you're helping." Despite his embarrassment, Ryan agreed. "All right, we can figure something out." "I'm glad you told me," Mike said, standing up. "Next time, let's just talk, okay?" "Yeah, Dad," Ryan nodded. The following morning, Ryan rolled over to see his alarm blinking 6 o'clock, 15 minutes later than usual. Mike had insisted they go together today, so he didn't see the point in waking up early. As they drove through the dim streets, Ryan stared out the window, half expecting Mike to lecture him again. Instead, Mike concentrated on the road. They pulled up to the small coffee shop, and Ryan felt a flicker of relief. "You get the coffees," Mike said. "I'll wait here." Ryan stepped inside, returning moments later with 2 cups, black for himself and sweet with cream for James. As they drove toward the garbage truck's usual stop, Ryan felt a mix of anticipation and caution. "There he is," Ryan said, pointing as the green truck approached. Mike parked, and they climbed out. James was near the rear of the truck, guiding a trash bin into the compactor. "Morning, James," Ryan called, lifting the coffee cup. "Morning, kid," James replied, his face brightening. "Everything all right?" Ryan introduced Mike, who explained his intentions. James accepted the coffee with a hesitant smile, and they talked about Lily's scholarship aspirations. After a meaningful conversation, Mike expressed his concerns about Ryan giving James money but acknowledged his good intentions. James, in turn, was grateful for the support. As they wrapped up, Mike suggested they work together to help Lily with her college prospects, surprising Ryan with his willingness to support their new connection. Back in the car, Mike apologized for following Ryan. "I should have just asked," he admitted. Ryan felt relieved. "It's all right, Dad. I get it. I respect what you're doing," Mike said. "But if you want to help James more, let's figure out a way to do that together." Ryan smiled, feeling a deeper connection with his dad. In the weeks that followed, their bond grew stronger as they supported James and Lily. Ryan realized that his simple act of kindness had not only changed James's life but had also brought him and his dad closer together. One afternoon, Ryan and Mike sat at the kitchen table, brainstorming ways to help James and Lily. "What if we organize a fundraiser?" Ryan suggested. "We could get the community involved to raise money for her tuition." Mike nodded thoughtfully. "That sounds like a great idea. We could reach out to local businesses for support, maybe even have a bake sale or a car wash." Excited about the possibilities, Ryan began making a list of ideas. They discussed potential locations and how to spread the word. Ryan could feel a sense of purpose building within him, knowing they were doing something meaningful. A few days later, they set up a meeting with James to discuss the fundraiser. Ryan felt nervous but excited as they knocked on James's door. When he opened it, his face lit up with surprise. "Ryan." "Mike." "What's up?" James greeted them warmly. "We have an idea," Mike said. "We want to help Lily with her college expenses, and we think we can organize a fundraiser." James looked taken aback. "You don't have to do that. I appreciate the coffee and everything, but we want to," Ryan interjected. "This is important to us. You and Lily matter." James's expression softened as he listened. "All right, I'm in. What do you need from me?" With that, they began planning the event together, brainstorming ideas and delegating tasks. Ryan felt a surge of excitement as they worked as a team. The day of the fundraiser arrived, and the community turnout was incredible. People from the neighborhood showed up to support James and Lily, bringing baked goods, donating money, and offering their time. As Ryan watched the event unfold, he felt pride swell in his chest. It was more than just a fundraiser, it was a testament to the connections they had built and the kindness that had sparked this change. At the end of the day, they counted the donations and found they had raised enough to cover a significant portion of Lily's tuition. James's eyes were filled with gratitude as he hugged Ryan and Mike. "I can't thank you enough. You've changed our lives." The bond between the three of them continued to grow, and Ryan realized that his simple act of kindness had blossomed into something much larger. As the months passed, Lily received her acceptance letter from her dream college, and James's burdens began to lift. Ryan felt a sense of fulfillment, knowing he had played a part in making a difference in their lives. One day, as they sat together at the coffee shop, Ryan reflected on how far they had come. "I never imagined buying a coffee could lead to all this," he said, a smile on his face. James chuckled. "Sometimes, it's the little things that make the biggest impact." Ryan nodded, feeling different now, a deeper sense of connection and purpose. One cup of coffee at a time, he had not only changed James and Lily's world but his own as well. And as he looked around the bustling coffee shop, filled with familiar faces and laughter, Ryan knew that kindness could ripple outwards, creating a wave of change that reached far beyond what he had ever dreamed.